they will be the same people who would be like, you need to push through, you need to persevere. I know it's toxic, but you just need to do it. Like, I know you're struggling at night because of this, you're having nightmares. I know that your hair is falling out and you're getting sick over this, your health is declining, like all this other negative bad stuff. And they're still like, yeah, keep going, like keep the toxicity in your life. And to me that is such, come on, okay, yeah, and to me that's like, no, that is just, that's awful. Like, you shouldn't be treating people like that, and you shouldn't be treating yourself like that. So I know it's weird, like, what kind of background is this? But I felt inspired to make a video just now, and here I am in my garage. So this is where I am. So anyway, ooh, now I understand why YouTubers can sometimes just come on here randomly and just make a video. It's called the need to speak to the public. So anyway, my mom, it's crazy how I'm talking about my mom and stuff, but people really do have an effect on your life, regardless of whether or not you want to not have them around you anymore, etc. And yeah, so the thing is, I have to move around and stuff because this room is like motion censored, and if I don't, then they'll be like, no one's in here, time to turn off the lights. So my mom was giving me the option to basically talk to one of my nieces and stuff, like for her to have someone to talk to because she doesn't want to do counseling, and I guess she needs counseling and stuff like that. And she doesn't want to talk to her mom about it, which is my sister, which is so crazy. Well, her mom is my older sister, and my mom's like, oh, you should talk to your niece and talk to her about what's like going on with her life and blah blah blah, because she don't want to talk to her mom, and that would be good for her and things like that. Like, be a good aunt, do this for her, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yes, finally something that, I mean, it's sad what's happening to her, but in a way we can help each other. Because if you see my other video, I did a video, either it's gonna come out now or later or something, and it's about how my mom she had my door taken off because that's the type of person she is. And the thing is, my mom and her mom, which is my aunt, which is one of my older sisters, they have similar personalities. So I can understand why my niece doesn't want to talk to her mom. And the thing is, of like why I wanted to talk on the phone. Not on the phone. Why would stop? So the reason why I wanted to make this video is to talk about it mostly. And like, a lot of times people would expect you to lower your standards and lower your dreams and ambitions and blah blah blah, just because they lowered their dreams and ambitions, and then they hate you for not agreeing with them. Like, a lot of children, they don't like being poor. They don't like being told no to basic things. Like, what's the basic thing? Happiness, general things like, can I go to blah blah blah? Can I eat at this restaurant? Can I travel to this place? Can I have my own room? Basic things. And the parent would be like, no, you can't do that. We can't afford. Who's we? It's you. You didn't do the bare minimum of being a parent and providing for the child, which is basically having money. Like, there's certain aspects to children, like someone having children, there's having the financial aspect of it, so the money, The second aspect is like being there emotionally and like being like mature in that aspect, and that's and that's the second thing. And then the third aspect, I guess it's like being a good person overall and being kind and caring for other people and not treating your children like servants. Like, children are not servants. We're humans. We have our own goals, dreams, ambitions, etc. And for you to just bring a child into this world and be like, be my servant, and like no, we're not gonna like you or love you, let alone love you, just because you're our parent. And a lot of these people who have children, they would guilt trip them and try to put fear into them, like, oh, if you don't respect me, blah blah blah, and like, you should respect me because I'm your parent. Like, it's really hot in here, but yeah, like, you should respect me because I'm your parent. And then a lot of things that they would do is like create a lot of like unsafe environments for you and a lot of toxicity with even just raising you up when you were like throughout your entire childhood. Like, there'll always be some type of drama and like collision of why the child and the parent just won't ever get along, really, because you're literally telling them to lower their standards and to settle for less in life. And then you expect them to want to keep ties with you when they're an adult and such. No, that's not going to happen. And then you wonder why they have like issues later on in life. But the thing is that you don't have to live with those issues. You can literally just go no contact. I'm so happy that a lot of people are going no contact with their parents. It is just it's such a good thing to just say no and to be like, yeah, I'm gonna put myself first. Like, I know you didn't put yourself first, but I'm not gonna do that. I care about myself too much. Like, no. And then like older generations who didn't put themselves first and they still have contact with their parents, acting like, oh, that was back in the old days, blah blah blah, and yeah, I love my parent, blah blah blah. Like, okay, you can smile through the pain and keep contacting them and hugging them as if nothing happened, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do the same thing as you. And for people who are like that, you can't keep in their life, because the only incentive that they have is like, that's my mom or that's my dad. And it's like, no. Because the thing is, the way they treat that to like have excuses for people just because they're their mom or dad, or that's your brother or that's your sister or whomever, just because it's a family member, they apply that to anything else. So let's say you were in a romantic relationship with somebody, or if you were in a having a job, and it was a toxic work environment or something like that, they would be the same people who would be like, you need to push through, you need to persevere. I know it's toxic, but you just need to do it. Like, I know you're struggling at night because of this. You're having nightmares. I know that your hair is falling out and you're getting sick over this. Your health is declining. Like, all this other negative, bad stuff. And they're still like, yeah, keep going. Like, keep the toxicity in your life. And to me, that is such, come on. Okay. Yeah, and to me, that's like, no, that is just, that's awful. Like, you shouldn't be treating people like that, and you shouldn't be treating yourself like that. And the thing I did is that I was like, because my mom took the door down, and also she wants me to share a room with her. I hate sharing a room with her. I shared a room with her for like 3 nights or whatever, and I would go right back to my original room and stuff. Like, you know how sharing a room with my mom is like sleeping beside the, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't even know if I want, it's like, you know what I'm trying to say. It's like sleeping next to an evil presence. You can feel the negative energy. Like, I literally had to bring back my nightlight days. Like, when I was like 17 years old, I was literally sleeping with a nightlight in my room. Like, that's how life was. I needed the support of the lights while I slept. And yeah, like sleeping in her room, you know how you're around certain people and you can feel the negative energy? That's how I felt. And it was like, you sleep in my room or you leave this house type of thing. And it's like, oh my God, why are you doing this to me? She literally already knows I don't like her. Like that, I even said it to her face. Cause the thing is, I didn't just say that like all of a sudden, like, I don't like you, blah, blah, blah. It took a lot for me to finally say it. Like, most of the time, I try to be respectful. I try to be like, actually, let me stop. Me trying to be respectful is me not saying anything. Let's get that straight. But then it reaches a point where it's like, oh, you still want to talk to me? Like, you already knew I was holding back my words. Now, I'm just gonna say it. I don't like you. You already know I don't like you. Stop talking to me. And yeah. And my mom, and my aunt, which is my niece's mom, she's probably telling her the same thing, because my mom right now, lately, for like the past at least like a year, has been telling me to get a job. Before I did get a job, it sucked. I'm probably gonna do a story time on that, of how that experience was for me. But getting a job, working for somebody in person, is not sustainable. It was one of the worst phases of my life. And I think I will do a story time on that for another video. Like, I felt like, I didn't even feel human. I felt like a rat. I felt like a rodent working a job. And it's like a main aspect, like the reason why I didn't like, oh, this lighting is good. Anyway, the main reason why I didn't like working in the job is because I was doing something for someone else and I got less out of it. Like, that little paycheck for my like, your time during this phase, like, your time in general is important. And school, corporations, these teachers, these principals, these professors, really the same thing as teacher, these work companies and stuff like that, they really are trying to gaslight and manipulate you into downplaying how important your time is. And if you don't realize how important your time is, then you're just going to give it away freely and stuff like that. And yes, you're still getting money at the end of the day, but that measly check is not worth those hours that I could have been doing something else. And that's why I've been leaning towards doing content creation, because I can have more flexibility with my hours, with my creativity. And having control over your creativity is so important, because that's literally like a really huge source to happiness. Having an outlet to do things that make you happy and stuff. And like having time to go to sleep and set your hours. Like, sleep is so important. Being able to do your creativity, that is so important. And you can't do that with a job. Even if you were getting paid to do a job, you can't really enjoy it like that. It still won't be as good as having it remote and you setting your own hours and stuff, because the income is like set. No matter what you do and stuff, it's gonna stay the same income, the same salary. And sure, you can get a promotion, but that promotion is barely nothing. Like, if you were your own boss, an entrepreneur, you can make way more money. And that's something that they don't really promote entrepreneurship. Even when they do promote entrepreneurship, they're like, You should still go to the job and get your experience and blah, blah, blah. Like, the only experience you need really is, do you believe in yourself? Do you have hope in yourself? Because a lot of these things you can learn on YouTube, or you can, I don't know. It really depends. Like, if you're trying to become a doctor and a lawyer, or like a engineer in terms of, I don't know. It's like certain things you actually need to go to college for. Like, yeah. But if you're doing something like creativity, like fashion or music, or you want to teach somebody something, like just regular teaching or something like that, start a YouTube channel. Go into content creation. Do social media. The future is technology. The future is technology. It always has been. But like, a lot of people's jobs are getting taken, and even though they have degrees, and even people who do have degrees and are doctors and lawyers and professionals, why am I saying that? They are professionals. They're on YouTube too, because they know that doing content creation and YouTube and stuff like that, they will make more money doing this in the long run and stuff. And yes, it's gonna take time to do YouTube, and yeah, you could probably and should work a job and do YouTube, but like, for people like me, like, I'm burnt out. Like, my last years of having the energy to work for someone else and to gaslight myself into thinking like, yeah, I can do it all. I can go to a job. I can work a job. I can have like 4 hours of sleep I can have 4 hours of sleep, 2 hours or 1 hour of fulfillment, and just like, I can't gaslight myself anymore. I don't know if it's because I know too much, or actually it's a combination of a couple of things. Like, I know too much, and I'm tired. I'm burnt out. And with this extra energy that I have, I'm gonna be doing YouTube and stuff, and Patreon and things like that. Yeah, so support my Patreon. I don't know if I'm gonna include the screenshot video of it so you can see it. But yes, I have a Patreon. I have a behind the scenes tier. I have a travel lovers exclusive secret book club, and the VIP, the everything bundle, where you can access all 3 of those informations. So yeah, live your life, and don't get people who try to tell you to lower your standards, because every time you choose to lower your standards and to listen to them and what they need, you're losing your trust in yourself and your soul and your spirit and stuff. It remembers those decisions that you make, and those decisions in which you're not putting yourself first and your dreams and stuff first. And then it becomes a habit, and then you wonder why you're not feeling good and why you're not happy. It's because you're doing things continuously that is against you being happy and stuff. And it also affects your health. Like, your health will literally, like, listen to your body. When your body starts basically declining, like, you're getting sick, you're getting tired, you're getting like, you just don't feel motivated in life and things like that, it's because you have a pattern of not putting yourself first and not doing things that makes you happy, and not doing things that you actually don't want to do. Wait, am I saying right? Yeah, like, if you keep doing things that you don't want to do, and you feel in your spirit, that's literally your intuition. That's your discernment talking to you, and then you keep ignoring it. So don't ignore it. Listen to yourself. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Become a member on my Patreon. And yeah, so yeah, watch my other videos and have a wonderful, amazing, and lovely day. See you in my next video.